Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to an episode of Bull Plays. I am back this week with Valkyria Chronicles. Fortunately, I've gotten my laptop running again, and it seems to not be giving me issues, so I can actually play this on there now, and I won't have the slowdown issues I was having. I've actually started recording this particular video 3 different times now, and hopefully 4th time's the charm. So we're just going to go ahead and kick it off, and we'll watch the cutscenes. And then there's a tutorial there is one bit we're gonna miss, because there's a bit where you go into and it tells you about the your headquarters and stuff, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So we'll just go ahead and watch this and enjoy.
In March of 1935, the Empire began its invasion across Gallia's eastern border. Maximilian, commander of the Gallian invasion front, built his army around mobile armor. Ghirlandaio and the other fortresses along the border fell to his tanks in quick succession.
Very aggressive, aren't these guys?
Bruhl's fall in under 2 hours was typical of villages in the Empire's path, and the road to the capital bore a steady flow of refugees.
I really do like these little history snippets. They're kind of neat.
Randgries, Gallia's capital, a town secure and stable since ancient times.
But probably not for long.
Stood the castle Randgries, and within its unicorn spire resided Cordelia, Gallia's princess.
I like that phrase, the unicorn spire. That's kind of neat. Never heard that sort of style referred to that as before.
Supporting Gallia's policy of neutrality was a system of universal conscription. Under it, all schools required military training each year. In the event of a war, citizens were then drafted into the militia to defend their country.
This is why earlier in the game, Sarah mentions that she had been taking some
East grew worse.
Mechanics
Both
classes,
Welcome and Alicia found themselves no exceptions to that fate.
And Welcome mentions that he had taken a military course, because it's mandatory for everyone. I love Welcome's room because it's just so cluttered with things that are his personality.
So these are my new digs.
The nets, the butterflies, all the plants. It's kind of neat.
Oh, my uniform. I should get changed before reporting in. Better get ready now. Flares, binoculars, a compass, and a map. Everything you need for a nice hike. Or combat.
Because, you know, they're so similar.
Welcome? Can I come in?
Sure, it's open.
Oh, you're already changed too. Let's see. Not bad, not bad. You look good, actually. So, how about me? Do I look all right in this? Convincing?
It's a good thing he's got a fishing pole back there, because she's fishing for compliments.
Let's take a look. Yeah, you look fine. You wear it like a pro.
Really? You're not just saying that?
Of course not. You look tough. I like it.
Oh, good. I was worried it looked kind of silly.
No way. That plating on the back, it's like a coleopterate exoskeleton. Beetle-tastic.
Beetle-tastic. Yeah, Welkin. Not so smooth with the pickup lines there.
Coleo what? And did you just say beetle? Welkin? What kind of girl wants to hear that she looks like a bug?
Huh? Not just any bug. A rhinoceros beetle, king of the insects. Who wouldn't want that?
Uh-huh. I guess I'll just try to take that as a very welcome sort of...
Tell me about that scarf. You've been wearing it since I met you.
Oh, this? It's part of my uniform from the bakery.
Is that right?
I don't want to forget the time I spent busting my buns baking.
That was a terrible pun, and you should be ashamed of yourself, Alicia.
I plan to keep wearing it until I can get back to manning the ovens again.
That's great. Once you do, I'll be first in line to get some of that bread.
Is that a promise? Well, I'll be sure to have plenty of it ready and waiting for you.
Absolutely. Hey, if you're ready, we should probably go see the captain now.
Those two are fun. They're totally gonna hook up.
Come in. Excuse me, ma'am. Gallian militia enlistee Welkin Gunther, reporting for duty.
Ma'am, Gallian militia enlistee Alicia Melchiot, also reporting for duty.
I'm Captain Eleanor Varrot, commander of this regiment. Gunther, you're promoted to lieutenant. You'll be leader of Squad 7 now.
Ma'am!
Enlistee Melchiot, you're promoted to sergeant. You'll be under the lieutenant's command. Understood?
Ma'am!
What do you know? It is you. Nice coincidence, huh, Welkin?
Baldio? I had no idea that you'd enlisted.
Yep. Now that there's a real war going on, I joined up. Pretty much all the officer and training boys are here just like you.
You know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We knew each other at university. Welkin was in science and I was in archaeology. And just look at us now. No archaeology or science. Looks like the two of us are studying war, I guess.
Looks that way.
But still both
Good to see
nerds.
And you.
That'll be all for now. There's a strategy briefing later today. But you still have time. Time for you to catch up. You'll be spending a lot of time on the post and in Randgreaves. They'll be your new home. So get to know them.
I need to turn the sound
That'll
down
be
a
all.
little bit, I think. It's a
Report
bit
back
loud.
in time for the briefing. Until then, you're dismissed.
Alright, so, normally it takes you into a little tutorial thingy where it talks about the tab selection, which is where you'll have various sub-menus of things that you can do. Right now, the only other thing we have is headquarters, and the tutorial would have sent us to headquarters. In headquarters, there's a few different places you can go. Basically, there's these are the locations on base that you can check out, and there will be various things for you to do there. Squad Barracks lets you check out your characters and their attributes. Let's see. Command Room is where you pick your units. When you first come in here, they tell you you have to choose. You have
Hello,
to fill out.
Welkin. Here to fine-tune your squad?
You have to fill up a squad of 20 troops. You don't use 20 most of the time. Usually, so far, the most I've seen you use is 9 at any given one point. You automatically start with Alicia, Welkin, of course, Rosie, and Largo, the ones that are red on your screen. Oops. Sorry, there we go. Those 4 characters are your, basically kind of your sergeant characters, and I'll explain how those work a little bit when we get into the actual mission for here. But I also suspect, but I'm not 100% positive, that those 4 characters may be effectively invincible. I mean, they can go down and be removed from the mission, but they won't permanently die. However, the rest of your characters can be permanently killed. So if they go down in a mission, if they go down, you'll have a couple of turns to get somebody over to them to call a medic and evac them out of the mission zone. And if you don't, they will die and they're permanently gone. So.
Come back.
Alright, the next location is the training field. At the training field,
welcome to your worst nightmare, maggots!
At the training field...
Train all you want! I've got all day!
There's an awful lot of talking. Basically what you do is you spend XP to bump them up a level. The levels get exponentially more expensive.
You're better than this! Push those limits! Good work! Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the Lancers.
Okay, so leveling up your characters doesn't give them any like hit point increases or action point increases. Instead, what it does is at specific levels, you will unlock potentials and you will unlock orders. All characters start with a couple of potentials, and then there are additional potentials that you can unlock. Like, for example, Largo starts with... The ones that say P are his default potentials that he has, and as you play through, I believe more of those will open up naturally. There's also a... at one point, you'll get a character roster thing where you can view the character, and it'll give you a little bit about their background. And as you play through the game, and I think as you use those characters, it will slowly update and add more of those, and I think it will unlock more of the built-in potentials. But the ones that say B are potentials you can unlock through training. And like I said, at certain levels, and I don't know the levels offhand, it doesn't tell you, they're kind of hidden. It'll unlock one, and I think you can unlock up to 4. The P potentials, most of them are positive, but there are some negative ones. Like I know one character has pollen allergies, so that if they're in a grassy area, sometimes they will get hit with the pollen allergies, and that'll give them an accuracy debuff, I believe. But they also have, like I said, they got the B potentials, and you'll get bonuses for those. So, like, he gets... Ragnades are occasionally... they're worth more. And the nice thing about the levels is you don't train individual characters, you're training the entire class. So all of your Lancers, I leveled them up to level 2, all of my Lancers became level 2. Oops, skipped down too far. So they all became level 2, and... if for whatever reason I dump I decide I don't want Rosina anymore and I want to bring in a different Lancer, they'll be level 2 as well. Any Lancers I recruit will be that. Yeah, here we go. Oh, you slowly lose hit points while in sandy areas for the desert allergy. Being around dark suns make him nauseous and leads to a decrease in defense. So those are some nasty downside potentials. But then you've got anti-armor boost, which occasionally you'll get bonus attack power against tanks. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to go ahead and bump my sniper up.
I got no use. Good work. Looks like that's it.
And as you can see, I needed 200 and some for that level, but for the next level I need over 1,000. So it's exponentially more expensive each level. It's to level up. Once you get your troops up to level 11, it unlocks an elite version of the class, which gives them a new ability. I don't know all of the abilities. Sniper, I believe, just gets an innate accuracy boost. Lancer... Oh, and for the classes. I should cover this. Scout is your... it's got the highest mobility. and highest mobility, decent range, but not great damage. But they can also spot hidden troops. There are certain areas where you can have where you can kind of crouch and hide, and the other troops usually won't see them until they're really close. The scouts can see them from much further away. Shock troopers have machine guns. They're shorter range. They don't have a great range, but they do a lot more damage at close range. Lancers. Lancers are the only class that has anti-explosive armor, which means that they're stronger against grenades and tanks' mortar blasts. They also have basically an anti-tank weapon, but they're not necessarily that great against individual troops. They're okay, but they're better used against tanks. Engineers, they have the same weapon as a scout, a rifle. So they've got decent to mediocre range, but they're not that great as far as hitting and stuff. But their big thing is that they have good movement. Their movement's almost on par with the scout, and they're the only troop that can repair your tank. So they're an important troop whenever you're going to have tank combat. And then finally, the snipers have the longest range, but they have limited ammo, limited health, and low movement. And at Elite, they get a accuracy boost. I don't know what engineers get. At Elite, Lancers can get a mortar version of their lance. They're basically a rocket launcher. Shock troopers, I think, get a flamethrower, which I think is a very short-range aerial effect weapon. And the scouts get a grenade launcher for their rifle. Because the grenade range, when you're throwing them, is pretty limited. But if you got the grenade launcher, it gives you a much, much larger range for that.
Come.
And I'm not going to go there right now because, or no, it's not unlocked. Never mind. There's a couple of other locations, but I can't visit them yet. And then finally,
Welkin, bro, I'm stoked you're here, man. What can I do you for?
This guy's really cheerful. The money you get each game, this is where you spend it generally. There's a couple other places you can spend money as well. But basically, you can purchase upgrades. These upgrades increase weapon damage and stuff like that, or range, or accuracy, or whatever. But you can only upgrade up to a certain point, and these are basically gated by the missions. So until you play at certain mission game chapters. Once you've completed certain chapters, it'll unlock additional levels of the weapons. And then eventually, you'll actually get to this little branching level where you can choose different types of weapons and then improve those. And you can improve them quite a bit, so it's kind of neat. And you can do all of that, grenades, basically everything you can carry and wear. Blast suits are the ones that the Lancers wear. And then finally, you got your tank. You can purchase tank improvements, which gives you like better tread hit points, better armor and stuff, range. But then there's also some of them that say block size down at the bottom. And those are things that give you a bonus, but they take up space. Your tank has a limited amount of space. It has this 3x4 block. Basically, this is where you can install parts. And each of your upgrades that you get, or some of your upgrades will require space on your tank. And they will be these blocks. And the lower level ones are just these little one block, but eventually they start getting bigger and bigger and having different shapes. So at some point you end up kind of playing Tetris to fit stuff in. So you've got to choose what improvements you want for your tank and base it on not only what you want, but what you can fit into the limited space you have available. So I have already spent most of...
Come back again soon, bro. I mean it, man.
Oh, Jesus. I've already spent most of my money. I spent a good portion of my XP. So That is that. Alright. Next.
Whelks. There you are. I've been looking for you.
Oh, Sarah is part of your, basically considered part of your tank, so she's not one of the characters in your roster.
Hey, East.
So you don't have to worry about that.
How'd your enlistment go? No problems?
I registered as a tank pilot and mechanic. Maintaining and operating the Edelweiss will be my responsibility from now on. I think it's nice that we'll all be on the same squad together. I think so too.
So what are you up to now?
The tank's hangar space is just through here. I was just carrying some Ragnite fuel back. It's used to power the tank, and also for the turret-mounted cannon rack.
I guess I'm just more used to seeing it in street lamps and medical compounds.
Seems like everything is Ragnite powered these days. That stuff is everywhere.
And it's magic.
Not enough of it for some people, though. It's the source of a lot of conflict.
They say the Empire's invading only to get at all the Ragnite in Gallian soil.
Oh, that's right. I had something to give you, Whelks.
What's this?
Father's flare gun. It was in the barn, but I thought you might have some use for it.
Another hand-me-down.
I gave it a once-over. It might be old, but it's still serviceable.
I didn't mean... I just can't believe I'm a tank operator now. Thank you for this, Ys.
I'll do a spot check on the Edelweiss now, to make sure it's ready to go at any time. All right, we'll get going for now then. See you later.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. This one, though, is going to be a little longer. There's a lot of cutscenes to this particular one, and
I'll cut to the chase.
the explanation
Here's
for
your mission.
The explanation for the various troops and stuff took a bit. So I
The Great
apologize.
Vassal Bridge was just taken by the Empire. It's a key strategic position.
The Great Vassal Bridge?
It's a major drawbridge crossing the canal in Vassal, just outside the capital.
That bridge is a part of the central transit artery, leading into Randgrees. Our mission is to take it back.
That's a lot of tanks.
The Empire has been running a blitz, with their shock troops outrunning their defense. Our 3rd Regiment will retake the bridge before defensive reinforcements can arrive.
How quaint. The militia holding a little strategy meeting of it.
This guy is a douche.
How long were you planning on hiding out in here, Verrot?
My apologies, sir. We'll depart soon.
Whatever. They're just country mice. It's not like they'll be much help.
More help, perhaps, than your army unit that couldn't hold the bridge in the first place.
Hey!
Regardless, Vassal remains a critical position. We'll reclaim it immediately.
Well, good. See that you do.
Douche.
Who was that?
Nozzle.
General Damon, commander of the Central Forces.
Central Forces? That's the army branch the militia was folded into, right?
That's right. They say the general's an aristocrat. He looks down on the common militia.
That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Now that the war's begun, we all need to band together and fight to keep Gallia safe. Who cares at this point whether you're in the army or the militia? It's ridiculous.
Gentlemen, let's return to the mission. We'll begin by taking back the western bank to gain a foothold for reclaiming the bridge. Lieutenant Gunther, I'm assigning Squad 7 to this mission. It's your first maneuver, so be smart.
Yes, Captain.
The other squads are on patrol. Stay sharp, and be ready to help take back the bridge. I'm counting on all of you out there. Now move out.
Okay. Skirmishes. Skirmishes are replayable missions that you can do for experience and money. They're also really good for getting the hang of certain mission maps and stuff. Because, like, for example, the one mission we're about to do, there's also a skirmish for it, although I don't think it unlocks until after we played the mission. So it doesn't help you the first time, but it'll help you for replays. Like, for example, I've done this map a number of times on my main game.
Here are details on the current operation.
Alright, so the Imperials have a main base there. The goal is going to be to get to there and basically capture their flag. Usually you'll have a couple of positions on the map where you deploy your squad, and you also have a camp that you need to protect. Usually. Sometimes these objectives change up. I'm just going to kind of skip over this because I'll just talk about it anyways. So, alright. If Welkin dies, if all ally soldiers and reserves are killed, and if the enemy occupies the Gallia's base camp, I lose the mission, or if 20 turns fail. But this shouldn't be a problem. So as you can see, I can deploy 9 members. I've got 3 members who are deployed by default. Which is kind of a pain in the ass because I've got Alicia, so I've got Alicia and Rosie over here. I really don't want Rosie over on this particular side of the mission because she's not that. For my strategy, I don't use the shock troopers that much, especially for this sort of thing. And unfortunately, I do need a engineer, so we're going to take Nadine. So we got that. So then over here, I'm going to take another. Let's see. Let's take Niels. Let's take a sniper. And let's take 2 of my let's take Haika and Cherry. That doesn't really matter most of the time, but then you go to deploy.
We're prepared to commence the operation.
Split into 2 teams, offensive and defensive. Squad 7, move out.
There's different strategies to this.
All right, it's our first mission. Let's split into 2 teams. I'll lead the Riverside team towards the enemy encampment with the Adel.
Shock trooper here. Leave the offense to me.
City team, your job is to guard the base. Be ready for anything, including tank.
How long you think I've been an anti-tank man? Couple of...
That's a spirit, Largo.
Listen close.
Blah, 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 blah. Alright. One of the things I mentioned earlier is that you have several, basically, sergeants, for all intents and purposes. Alicia, Largo, Welkin, and Rosie are all your leader/sergeant characters. Each of them is marked, if you look at their little profile at the bottom, each of them has a little command point icon. And basically, you get a set number of command points each for the mission. But for every character that has one of those each of your leader characters, you get one additional command point. So this particular mission comes with 5 command points base, and then 1 for Welk, and 1 for Rosie, 1 for Largo, and 1 for Alicia. And if any of those characters are killed or removed from the mission, you lose that command point. So it's kind of annoying. Alright. So there's different strategies you can do for this. As you can see, there's a couple of troops we can see on the map already. And we need to eventually get to here to capture this flag. My personal strategy is usually just to hold these guys up and protect my base, and use these guys for my main offense. Combat. So we're going to
wait a bit longer and see how they move.
Now!
There we go. Launch a mortar and get both of them in one blast. Huzzah.
Man down. Everybody be careful.
Alright. Oh, one of the other things is you also can
Here
do...
we go!
Crap. I screwed that up. Not what I wanted to do. But... oh, and I don't have a mortar left. Crap, and a stick.
Don't go out alone. Back each other up.
Oh well. I guess I'm just going to have to suck it up. I screwed that up. I did not want to use my tank again. I was going to show you the orders, but like I said, I just completely borked that.
Pay
Now!
Yeah, that was pretty crappy. Alright, so...
moving out.
Oh, what are we going to do here?
Enemy unit spotted.
Terrain actions. This is where they talk about some of the terrains you can like hide in or do other things.
Now.
There we go. Blow his ass up.
Good work. Keep it up.
And we'll move her up
Use those
here.
sandbags when you can.
Alright.
No matter the cost.
Yeah, I really didn't want to move that tank up there. That really hurts. Because that's that was 2 action points. And B, I'm out of position. Because there is a dude hiding in the grass over here.
Use those sandbags when you can.
I can't see, nor can I get to.
Don't make this hard on you.
So he's going to pop up probably and try shooting at them, which kind of sucks. Plus, I got 2 dudes over here to deal with. Alright, so, first dude.
On the move now.
We'll see if we can actually pull this off. So the snipers have a scope, which is really good. And like I said, they got decent accuracy, so they're really good for trying for headshots.
Stupid Imperials!
And I actually pulled it off.
Yes!
Who are these guys?
No problem, boss. It's over.
Wow. I don't usually get the headshots I need for that.
Who are these guys?
So, well, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, leave it to me.
We are going to move her up here as well, because there should be one or two more dudes coming down that alleyway. So I'll line them up so that they can shoot at him when they come. Alright, well, let's see what happens from here, I guess. Yep. They can at least take some pot shots. Yep, there's that guy. I knew he was going to pop up and be a problem. Ty the Immortal. Yeah, some of the characters will have names, which makes them they're a little bit more powerful than your average troop. Yeah, fortunately, with his short range, he runs right into the tank and gets gunned down, because the tank's machine gun's useful. Enemy leaders, this is just what I was talking about earlier with the your leader squadron guys. They add extra CP, and then if they lose, they'll lose the CP, etc., etc. Oh, okay. Well, good. He wasn't able to shoot. So at least there's that. Ow, 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 ow. But she'll get to shoot
Bang,
back.
bang, baby.
Yeah, running into characters' range when they can get some shots and stuff off at you can be really nasty. Orders. I mentioned these earlier. You will unlock orders when you level up troops at certain levels. You'll also unlock orders. There's also a dude at the graveyard, which wasn't open yet, who will, if you have the XP available, will train you in orders. However, I found that the dude that trains you in the orders, at least the very first order he offers you, he only offers it to you once, and you basically have to train in it or tell him no. If you tell him no, he never offers it again. So do not go to the graveyard unless you've got a decent stock of XP available, because if you don't have the XP, you can't train in it and you lose out. Alright, I need to do something here.
Moving out.
So, because this dude back here is going to be a problem. So.
Enemy unit spotted. Now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to blow him up with just one shot. So what we're going to do is...
I'm on it.
Let's see if I can get Rosie up here.
All units, check your current...
Here I come.
Ah, fucker dodged. Alright, sometimes they'll, sometimes your troops will just flat out dodge. Oh, and he shot her to shit. Oh. Let us...
No matter the cost.
do this.
Please hit.
There we go. Got him taken out. The other really useful thing about engineers is engineers can do a reload. Some of your characters, especially your snipers and your tank with the mortars and your lancers, have a limited amount of ammo each turn.
They've got us stuck here.
But if you run up and basically touch them with your engineers,
Beyond the next corner.
they will give them a reload. So they'll give them a piece of ammo, which is really nice. Alright, I believe next turn I'm going to get a tank busting through the wall, Kool-Aid Man style. So I'm going to get these guys into cover and prepare for that.
Roger.
Nobody gets into my territory.
Yeah, see, he just triggered one of his special abilities. So he gets a
Defend the base
bonus.
camp at all costs.
Yeah, like I said, tank's going to come through there next turn, so I need to prep. If you're crouched and behind a... it'll launch a mortar, and it'll launch a mortar either at the... it'll launch a mortar at one of your groups that you have here. So it'll either hit my Lancers here, or it'll come over here and hit my Scouts. But if they're crouched down behind the barricade like that, it'll reduce the amount of damage they'll take, which is nice.
Here we go!
Alright. And then now we'll move the tank up.
Enemy sighted! Hostile
Requesting
sighted!
backup.
Enemy sighted!
And we get to deal with all these guys. But the first one I need to deal with is this guy. Because that is an engineer. I'm going to go ahead and place this here. There we go. Took both of them out, which was nice.
Enemy unit neutral.
And that engineer had to go because
Entering combat!
the next thing I'm going to do is work on destroying this tank.
Fire!
And if the engineer is in one piece, he'll run over and heal it. And we don't want that. Alright.
Damage minimal.
Yeah, he'll probably... there's the tank. Boom.
Gah! Damn tanks. Well, it's my turn now. Stick this in your pipe and smoke it.
Tch.
Stay sharp. Tanks can break through crumbling walls and trample down sandbags and trees.
Yeah, tanks really are beasts in this. Oh, yep, coming over my Scouts. Which sucks, because they take a lot more damage from that mortar than the, my other guy. Oh, he's got... Oh, I see how it is.
Underminer fire!
Gonna throw a grenade at me. Alright. Well, first things first. Oh, I was just talking about the ammunition. Blah, blah, blah. You have a limited amount. You can only use it so many times. And it'll restock. I think it restocks one unit. Or your minimum units at the beginning of a turn.
Roger.
Alright.
Ah. Just watch this. Enemy sighted.
Yeah, the machine gun, well, it's got somewhat of a limited range, but...
Boom!
Fortunately, your Lancers are pretty tough.
Just watch this.
And you can usually drop a tank in 3 hits, at least a light tank with the Lancers right now. Oh, apparently it's gonna take 4.
Roger.
Yeah, the Lancers do have 3 rockets basically, which is nice.
Enemy.
So you can actually use them a fair bit. All right, let's get over to here.
My turn, okay?
Get Alicia up here. Ah, crap.
Now!
And he's behind cover, so even a headshot ain't gonna do it. And I'll take some damage, so we're going to duck around the corner. Well, I have a way to deal with that.
Here we go!
There we go. again, I can usually drop a light tank in 3 hits with
Here we go!
With my tank.
Now!
Yep, there we go. Boom.
Just keep up.
Fortunately, he's down to limited CP. He's going to grenade me again.
Minor damage sustained.
Fortunately, the grenades don't really do that much damage at this level. And apparently, he's just going to sack it in. Stay defensive. So I am going to...
Entering combat!
We're going to...
Now!
Go ahead and deal with one of those guys.
Who are these guys?
Enemy sighted!
We're clear to advance.
I wish you good luck.
My turn, okay?
I should have got my engineer up there to heal first, but I did things out of order. But now that he's not behind cover, I can get my headshots on him.
Now!
And kill him.
Who are these guys?
And I'll go ahead and move her up a little bit further and get her in a position
Stay
to
calm
take the
and get it
flag.
done.
Entering combat!
Yeah, I've got it this turn then. Because you don't have to kill everybody, fortunately. And he is not actually crouched behind that, which is nice. And since he's not crouched, it means that he doesn't get the defensive bonus.
Good work. Keep it up.
And we'll move the tank up here just in case. But, actually, let's go ahead and...
Here we go!
There. Yeah, I thought there was one more. Alright, if they're not crouched down, as long as it hits the anti-tank armory, we usually drop a regular troop in one hit.
Fire!
But I missed, of course. Oh well. You get a few extra points for every one of the
My turn, okay?
the enemy leaders you kill. So I was figuring, trying to get a couple extra points before I finish this mission. But since I missed, we'll just go ahead and wrap it. You don't have to kill all the enemy leaders, but you just have to make sure there's none in the immediate vicinity of the flag. And since the goal of this was to capture the enemy base...
Operation complete. We
are all done. Yeah, that wasn't that great. I can usually pull off a B if I'm doing it right. But I kind of screwed up a couple of times there. That's alright. Also, you will occasionally get weapons from the enemy. Which is nice. In the... in one point in the barracks, you can equip your characters. So you can swap out the base weapon for one of the stolen weapons. I haven't been terribly impressed thus far with the stolen weapons. They tend to do more damage, but they also tend to have a lot less range. Which doesn't feel right, because it seems like when they're using them, they have even more range than me. But, so I usually stick with the default weapons, but I'll play around with that. Alright, so let's get a couple of these cutscenes out of the way, finish this up, and we'll wrap up this video for this week.
Hey there! You guys aren't with Squad 7 by any chance, are ya?
Yes, that's us.
Bingo! I've been looking for you. Meaning you, hot stuff, on the tank.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me,
That must make you Lieutenant Gunther, am I right?
Yeah. Yes, that's me.
Oopsie daisy.
What? Hey, you can't...
Ah, nice to meet you too. Now, let's get right to the questions. So, you're the son of the great General Gunther, huh? You look awfully young. How old are you anyway? Must be your first war, huh? What's been the hardest experience so far? Wait, happiest. Funniest. I'd also like to know hobbies, favorite foods, what you do on your days off.
Hey, lady! This is a combat zone. Excuse me, but what are you doing here anyway?
Hey, give me a break, will ya? Scoops are near danger, and I'm near Scoops. That's right. The name's Ellet. I'm GBS Radio's top woman reporter.
Ellet's pretty cool.
I smell a story. A good story. And you guys are it.
So, you're a reporter?
Very good. I'm a reporter, yes. I've been assigned to Squad 7 to conduct a series of interviews. Thank you. Now, let's get back to those questions, shall we?
Ellet's pretty cool.
Now he's giving interviews? Who does he think he is? Ooh, look at him. Son of some big hero. Please. He's still a schoolboy.
No kidding. One little win and he's the new Grand Duke. I hate kids.
Yeah, Largo and Rosie are your... since they're the only other two characters that are a built-in part of the squad, you get a lot of story out of them.
Whatever. He'll learn soon enough. Only one thing matters out there in the field, and that's experience.
Chapter 4. Operation Cloudburst.
Alright, so we got 3 more tabs opened up. And the contents are updated periodically. Alright, so we'll cover these real quick before we call it. So we got skirmishes, which I told you about earlier. And like I said, once you play through these skirmishes, you can you play through them and you can get extra XP and cash. The personnel tab, and it'll tell you if there's new information that you haven't seen yet. Basically, every character that you meet and every character that you recruit for your unit, will get a bit of. You just get a little bit of backstory. You get to see their little 3D model, and it gives you a little bit of personal information. And as you play through the game and get more information and whatever, this will periodically update. I'm not entirely positive how it updates for your recruits. I love the fact even Martha and Martha's baby. Aww. But like, for example, that's your character's dad, no picture. Like, for example, Cherry. You get a little bit of information about her, but this will occasionally update, but I don't know if it only updates when you're using the character or not. So, like, you might... I haven't played enough of the regular campaign, or my main campaign yet to know. I've kind of put that on hold so that I can catch up with this and play through it as part of my Let's Play instead of knowing about it ahead of time. So, once I hit Chapter 7, everything will be, all new. I'm going to go ahead and save real quick before I forget. Weaponry, though, like I said, any new weaponry you get or see, like this is some of the Imperial guns, and then the ones we use, Gallian rifle. Glossary just gives you various terms and history bits and stuff. And then again, at headquarters, as we were talking about earlier, there are now a couple new tabs at headquarters. Castle Front Street and the War Cemetery. Castle Front Street is where Ellet, the reporter, hangs out. And if you go there, you'll get some more story stuff. But she'll also ask you for donations to fund her a book she's writing or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what it is offhand. But it's basically a way to sink. It's basically just a money sink. But it does unlock more story stuff. I don't know if it eventually ends up giving you anything like orders or anything along those lines. But it does unlock more story and more background and stuff about various characters. And then there's the War Cemetery, which, like I said, I'm going to avoid going to for now, because the first time you go there, there's a guy there who knew your father, and he'll offer to train you orders on it. The first time you go, he offers to train you orders, and then periodically, as you play through the game, he'll have more orders he'll train you in. But if you don't, like I said, if you do not have the XP for it, you won't get it. I am going to go ahead and train real quick, just to boost my guys.
Welcome. Train all you want.
Like I said, I want to train the scouts as high as possible for my first.
No pain, no gain.
Let's wait.
Good work. Looks like that's.
All right, we got a new potential, and I can actually get to level 5. So I think I will do that as well. I'm going to do the scouts and the snipers first. I'm going to try to level them up to 11 before anybody else. Although I want to get the lancer to level 8 because there's an order there that I want to unlock as well. So those are my goals.
You're better than this. Push those limits. Good work.
Alright, so we've hit level 5.
Come back.
And I'm going to go ahead and hit the R&D facility real quick as well. And basically try to purchase some stuff here. Alright, do I have any new weapons? Yes, I can get a firepower boost here. So we'll take that. I'm not going to worry about that one right now. I'm not going to worry about that one right now. Here we go. The tank, in my opinion, the tank's the biggest one that you want to make sure you get some upgrades in. Reinforced body. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and purchase that. And I'm going to purchase that. Because I use the tank. I use the tank a lot. That's the tab. You get the tank most missions, and really you are. I mean, the tank is really the focal point of most of what you're going to do. Nice.
All set for you, bro.
So it's kind of important to make sure you upgrade your tank as often as possible. Especially, like I said, I use my tank as the core of all my offense. Okay, we are done. I am going to save, and then we are going to call this video. And I know this was a little longer, and I apologize. I suspect the chapters are going to be a little on the longer side, which kind of sucks, but I don't want to just do the combats. I want to actually play through the storyline stuff, too, for you guys. So, we'll see how that goes. I may have to start breaking them up and just doing the storyline, the cutscenes, and then do the missions separate. I don't know. We'll see how how long some of these the next few chapters run. But for the moment, we're going to go ahead and save again, and we are going to call it. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. As always, these videos are brought to you by the wonderful support of my Patreon backers. If you are interested in checking out my Patreon campaign and becoming a patron, please check out the link in the description below. Patreon is what makes these videos possible, and there's more stuff than just these Let's Plays. I have a couple of different video log series that I do, and you'll also get access to a Dropbox folder which contains a bunch of various creative writing efforts that I do, and is where I'll be depositing future creative writing efforts, gaming material, adventures for Shadowrun, and possibly other role-playing games in the future. And of course, if you are a high enough level Patreon backer, one of the rewards is to get to play role-playing games or other games with me. So if you want to hang out and play video games, or want to join an online role-playing game group, that is a way to do it. So anyways, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, you have a good one.